Hello everyone, welcome to this channel Ghosh Biology. Have you ever heard of a virus silently making its way into our lives, often mistaken for a common cold, yet posing a hidden danger? This is the story of HMPV, the Human Metapneumovirus, a virus many have never heard of, yet one that's causing serious respiratory issues worldwide. So, what makes it so elusive? Why has it been called the silent respiratory threat? Join me as we unravel the mysteries of HMPV, understand its dangers, and explore ways to protect ourselves and those we love. So, what is exactly HMPV? HMPV stands for Human Metapneumovirus. It's a respiratory virus that was only discovered in 2001 by a team of Dutch researchers at the Netherlands Institute for Health Services Research (NIVEL). But here's the twist. Scientists believe this virus has been circulating in humans for decades, possibly even longer. It belongs to Pneumoviridae family. Previously, it was classified in the Paramyxoviridae family, but now it's reclassified and it belongs to the family of Pneumoviridae. That's same family as RSV, respiratory syncytial virus, which is notorious for causing severe respiratory infections. What makes HMPV intriguing and dangerous is its ability to mimic common colds while quietly targeting our lungs and airways. It circulates worldwide. So let's dive deeper into the biological structure of this stealthy virus. Under the microscope, HMPV is a single-stranded RNA virus encased in a protective envelope. This envelope acts as a shield, helping the virus evade detection by our immune system. But the real star of this show is its F protein, short for fusion protein, F. Imagine the F protein as a lock-picking tool. It allows the virus to latch onto human cells, break in and hijack their machinery to replicate itself. Why is this important? Because the A protein is now a major target for researchers developing vaccines and treatments. The structure of HMPV, we also have RNA genome that carries the virus's genetic code to replicate inside human cells. The lipid envelope protects the virus and helps it fuse with host cells. Along with fusion protein, we also have the attachment proteins or G protein that helps the virus latch onto the host cell surface, and the matrix proteins that provide structural support beneath the envelope. So this tiny protein could be the key to stopping HMPV in its track. Now let's see how this virus spreads so effectively. HMPV spreads in ways that might seem all too familiar, especially in the age of respiratory viruses. Here's how. It travels through respiratory droplets when an infected person coughs, sneezes, or even talks. It lingers on surfaces like doorknobs, phones, or shopping carts. When we touch these surfaces and then our faces, the virus gets a free ride into our system. So that's the second point is surface contamination. In close contact settings like schools, hospitals, and crowded events are hotspots for HMPV transmission. But here's the question, how does this virus makes us feel once it invades? Let's talk symptoms. At first, HMPV might feel like just another cold. It starts with symptoms like fever, runny nose, cough, fatigue. But here's where it becomes dangerous for some people, especially the young, elderly, or immunocompromised. These mild symptoms can escalate into severe respiratory issues, including wheezing, difficulty breathing, bronchitis, even life threatening pneumonia. In the complications, we may have ear infections in children or also exacerbations of asthma or COPD. So, recognizing these symptoms early is crucial, especially for those most at risk. Who are they? Let's find out. So, not everyone faces the same level of danger from HMPV. This virus hits certain groups much harder. Thus, the young children whose immune systems are still developing, especially under 5 years of old, older adults, especially of 65 over 65 years old, those whose defenses naturally weaken with ages, and those with immunocompromised individuals or weakened immune systems, such as cancer patients or those with chronic conditions. In impact, in healthcare settings like hospitals and nursing homes, HMPV can spread rapidly, putting these vulnerable populations at even greater risk. But how widespread is this virus? Let's explore recent global trends. Recently, HMPV has made headlines, especially in regions like China, where outbreaks have overwhelmed healthcare systems. The global burden of this virus is growing, and epidemiologists are racing to track its spread and predict future surges. But here's a startling fact: despite its impact, public awareness of HMPV remains surprisingly low. How does it compare to other viruses we have faced, like RSV or even COVID 19? Let's take a look. HMPV has a lot in common with other respiratory viruses, but there are key differences. Like COVID 19, the causing agent was SARS-CoV-2, the coronavirus. In HMPV, the causing agent is human metapneumovirus, paramyxovirus or pneumoviridae family. The discovery of COVID-19 was 2019, while the HMPV discovery is on 2001. The target groups of COVID-19 is all ages, high severity in elderly and vulnerable, while HMPV for HMPV primarily children, elderly and immunocompromised. In severity, high mortality and global pandemic is seen in COVID-19, while in HMPV localized seasonal outbreak is there for HMPV. In transmission, for COVID-19 we have droplets, aerosols, surface contacts, while for HMPV we also have in the transmission droplets, close contact surfaces. But the vaccines, HMPV, there is no vaccines yet, while COVID-19 we also have the COVID-19 vaccines like Covishield, Covaxins, etc. Uh, for like mRNA vaccines or else. But that is the critical point. While vaccines now exist for COVID-19 and RSV, we will still have no vaccines or targeted treatment for HMPV. This makes prevention more important than ever. So the good news, there are simple, effective ways to protect yourself from HMPV. First of all is hand hygiene. Wash your hands frequently to stop the virus before it reaches your face. Second is avoid close contact. Make keep distance from people showing symptoms of respiratory illness. Third is disinfect surfaces, like regularly clean commonly touched surfaces like doorknobs, phones and keyboards. Wear masks in crowded or high risk settings to block respiratory droplets. The fifth is cover coughs and sneeze. Use your tissues or prevent droplet spreads. Dispose of tissues properly. So these small actions can make a big difference, especially while we wait for scientific breakthroughs. So in the current treatment, there is no specific antiviral drugs for HMPV, but there is supportive care is key. The first of is hydration, drink plenty of fluids. Second is fever and pain relief, over-the-counter medications like paracetamols. Third is hospitalization, oxygen therapy or ventilation for severe cases. Scientists are hard at work studying HMPV. One of the most promising areas of research focuses on targeting A protein to develop vaccines and treatments. While these advancements are still in the pipeline, they offer hope for the future where HMPV is no longer a silent threat. In antiviral therapies, ongoing trials aim to develop drugs that target the virus directly. Let's clear up some common misunderstanding about HMPV. The first myth is that HMPV is just like the common cold. Well, the fact is different. HMPV can cause severe respiratory illness, especially in vulnerable populations such as children and elderly. The myth is only children are at risk of HMPV, but the fact, while children are heavily affected, adults with weakened immune systems and the elderly are also highly susceptible. And also, many myths are that HMPV is a new virus, but the fact is not. It was discovered in 2001 but has likely circulated in humans for decades without being identified. The myth is that HMPV outbreaks are rare, while the fact is different. Outbreaks often occur seasonally and can sometimes coincide with other respiratory viruses like RSV or influenza. So stay informed, stay safe. The key takeaways from this lecture is that HMPV is a respiratory virus that poses significant risks to vulnerable populations. While there's no vaccine yet, prevention and awareness are powerful tools. Ongoing research is treatment in treatments and vaccines offer hopes for a healthier future. And to call to action is that practice good hygiene to reduce the spread, support public health initiatives and research efforts, stay informed about viruses like HMPV to protect yourself and your community. So awareness is the first step to staying safe. Stay updated with reliable sources like the CDC or WHO. Share this information, spread knowledge, not the virus. To learn more about HMPV, research some trusted resources. For scientific articles and journals, you may have a look to the Lancet, Nature's Microbiology, Journal of Virology. And for the trusted websites, you may look for WHO websites, World Health Organizations, the CDC websites, Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and you also have the PubMed websites or some research articles. For books and reports, you may have a look to the Principles of Virology by Flint et al., annual WHO reports on respiratory infections. So, the more you know, the better equipped you will be to protect yourself and others. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of HMPV. Knowledge is power. Let's use it to protect ourselves and our communities. Stay safe and see you next time. Thank you.